Unit 6, question number 7, all right? So question number 7 wants us to identify key features of a parabola, all right? So again, if you remember, guys, I told you that a parabola is either a U or an N shape, okay? So again, this is what a parabola is, either a U or an N shape, okay? So when it's a U shape, guys, that means that it has a positive number in the front, so it has a positive leading coefficient. When it's an N shape, it means it has a negative leading coefficient. But we're not going to use that information right now, okay? What we are going to be doing, though, is that we're going to be identifying axis of symmetry, vertex, x-intercepts, and other names for x-intercepts are roots and zeros, all right? And then we're also going to find y-intercepts, all right? So let's look at our graph to identify those features, all right? So the easiest thing to always identify, guys, is your axis of symmetry, all right? So your axis of symmetry is just a line that's cutting your graph in a complete half, all right? Because the word symmetry means same, okay? So that means if I was supposed to draw a dotted line going directly in the middle of my curve, all right, does it look the same on both sides, guys? Yes, it does look the same on both sides. This line is what you call your axis of symmetry, all right? So your axis of symmetry, guys, is an equation, all right? In this case, your axis of symmetry will be x is equal to, what is this? -1. So again, your axis of symmetry is x equal -1, all right? So on this line that I see right here, guys, I will put x equal -1. And because your axis of symmetry is an equation, you have to have the x is equal to. So again, axis of symmetry is an equation, all right? So again, you would have to select that it's an equation, and you have to write x is equal to, all right? So let's try to do the next one, all right? So we're going to identify something called the vertex, all right? So the vertex is where all points meet, okay? In this case, all points would meet right up here at the top, okay? So this point right here represents your vertex. So again, this point right here represents your vertex, all right? However, guys, your vertex is a coordinate. So again, guys, your vertex is a coordinate, okay? So that means it's going to be an x and a y value, all right? So whenever you're trying to find that x and y value, all I need to do is look at the x value that this point would align with, which would be -1, and then the y value that it aligns with, which would be 4, all right? So the coordinate for this vertex would be -1, 4, all right? So again, right here where it asks me for the vertex, I would say it is parentheses -1, 4, all right? So again, your vertex is a point, so this would be 1 point, okay? Because your vertex is a point, okay? So the next thing we're going to identify is the x-intercepts, and other names for x-intercepts are roots and zeros, okay? So your x-intercept is where you intercept the x-axis, all right? So this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. And I saw that my graph intercepted right here for the x, so this is an x-intercept. And it also intercepted somewhere else, right here. So at this point right here is also an x-intercept, all right? So when you're trying to evaluate your x-intercept, guys, your x-intercept is going to be also a coordinate, guys, all right? So to find that coordinate, your x-intercept is going to be when x is, for this case, when x is 1. And again, guys, when you find x-intercept, that means that y is always going to be 0. So it would be 1, 0. All right? What would the coordinate for this x-intercept be over here, guys? It would be -2, or rather -3. But it's a coordinate, so it would be -3, 0. Good job, guys. All right. So again, the coordinates will be 2 points. All right, or 2 coordinates, guys. And those 2 coordinates would be -3, 0 and 1, 0. All right. So in this case, because it's 2 coordinates, that would mean that it's 2 points. Okay. So this would be 2 points. Okay. And then finally, we're going to identify the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is where you intercept the y-axis. This is the x, this is the y. So where did I intercept the y-axis? Yup, right here at +3, sorry. All right, so my y-intercept is right here. So let me draw an arrow from it. So my y-intercept is this point right here, and your y-intercept is when x is a certain number, it's when x is 0. So your coordinate for your y-intercept would be 0, 3. All right, so again, this would be 0, 3. Okay, and because it's only one y-intercept, this will only be 1 point. All right, and that is it. Again, guys, just like that.